Hi, Adam Devine here with Ranger Point. I'm going to show you how to take apart your Marlin today and install our gold standard trigger kit. So grab a case of beer and get settled in. I'm just kidding, this will only take a little while. We've only got a few screws. So first we're going to check to make sure the rifle is empty. Next, keep that lever open. Use your quick takedown screw or the regular screw with a screwdriver. Put that aside, and then you can just kind of slide your bolt back in out of the way. You don't need to pull it out. Next, the tang screw or the buttstock screw in the tang. Pull the buttstock off the back. Now let's decock that hammer. Just press the trigger safety tab up with your thumb. Hold the hammer hold the hammer and depress the trigger. And you can slide that hammer strut bridge out of the way. Underneath here, just behind the forearm, you've got your first action screw. Just pull that one out. On the off side, you've got your trigger support screw, or trigger plate support screw. Pull that one out. And note here that these two screws are different lengths. The short one goes on the side and the long one goes underneath. Last screw is the hammer pivot screw near the back of the action. That'll release the hammer as well as the trigger plate. You can pull that right out of the bottom. Some of them may be a bit of a tight fit, or they may be a little rusty in there. If you got to tap it with a screwdriver handle or something to get it out, not a big deal. We can put our action aside. So this little pin right here is the trigger pivot pin. When you push that out, it's not a tight fit unless it's crusty, so you shouldn't need a hammer or anything. A little punch or a nail or anything like that will do. The pin's going to come out the opposite side, and that'll release your factory trigger and sear, which go like that. They make a bit of an S curve. And if you look at your new gold standard trigger, looks the same. These two pieces are held together, but please be careful when you unpack them. Don't try to pull them apart. There's a pretty fine little spring that holds them together, and that's it. So if you go yanking on them, you're going to destroy that spring. Alright, so we've got those ready. You'll notice right here, this is the cross pin for your lever plunger latch. When you slide this in, just make sure the sear is behind that. Go up into your trigger plate. And then use this thumb, or if you're holding the other way, use the other thumb. Use this thumb to press the whole assembly up and back. And look through that pivot hole for all the holes to align. And I usually start mine from the back side so that I can look down through it. And once you get it started, you can just kind of put it on the table and wiggle as necessary, and just use pressure on the table to slide the pin through. May have to fiddle with a little bit more than I did, but it should go in pretty easily. So now your trigger is installed. And if you want to take this opportunity to clean the gun, you certainly can. It's always a good idea. Your locking lug will come straight out the bottom. You can clean him up. Your carrier with a couple of taps will swing out the bottom. You can clean that up. You don't even have to take any more screws out. But for now, we're just going to put this guy back together dirty so we can get on. Alright, trigger plate goes back in the same way it came out. You can start the front first. Drop that in. You want to make sure this hole is aligned with the threads. If it's not, you can tap on the back of the tang with a screwdriver. I always put them in this sequence. It just makes it a little bit easier. So start that front action screw first, and you don't need to get it tight. Just kind of snug it down just ever so gently. Flip the gun on its side and put the support screw in. And remember, that is the shorter of the two screws. You want to be real careful with this one. If you misalign it, you can very easily cross thread it. So just make sure it starts easily before you go tightening. And again, you don't need to get it tight, just a little bit snug. And we're back to the hammer pivot. So here again, we want to release the sear tension get it out of the way of the hammer so that we can slide that into place, and he'll go straight in through the top with the strut going through first. And then again, once that sear is out of the way, it'll be easy to position him at the pivot point. Get your pivot screw started, and then at this point you can go ahead and snug all of them up. Get all three. Not a bad idea to put a drop of Loctite on these two screws. You can put it on the hammer pivot, but only do so after you put the hammer pivot through the hammer. And what you'll do is, before you get it threaded all the way in, you'll put a drop of blue Loctite in the side of the receiver threads. And then once it's all the way tight, just wipe off the excess. What you want to avoid is getting the blue Loctite on the pivot surface itself, which can lock up your hammer. So make sure your hammer is all the way decocked and against the bolt. So to put this back together, all you got to do is slide the spring onto the strut, take your bridge, get it started, and then using your fingers, just push forward and arc that thing down under the tang, and then center it between the sides of the tang. And then back on with the buttstock. Give it a bit of a tap. Now we can draw our bolt back. When you put this back together, your locking lug may slide up into the recess in the bolt, so check to make sure that's down. As long as it is, you'll be able to just use your fingers to slide that back a little bit, just enough to get the lever in. The lever goes straight up into the slot. That's pretty much it. Once again, chamber's empty. We can put our safety on and try dry firing. That feels like about 3.5 pounds to me. And that will get it done. Thanks for watching.